Hi, and welcome back to the Balanced and Built podcast. My name is Morgan.
My name is Shay.
And today, if you can't tell by our lovely outfits, we are talking all about sleep.
I'm so excited to talk about sleep. I can't even lie. You guys, I'm actually a really terrible sleeper, so I'm really hoping I could pick up some tips on this episode.
I have lots of tips for you and for our listeners. I'm excited.
Yes, and as always, you guys, thank you so much for supporting our episodes so far. Make sure that you comment, subscribe, rate us on Apple Podcasts, leave a review, follow us, do all of the things that really help support our channel.
Yes.
And one more housekeeping thing is we do have this beef tallow that I want to shout out for Morgan. This is Sacred Skin Tallow. I'll let Morgan talk about it, but it is her new business. So
thank you so much. Yes, this is my Sacred Skin Tallow. It's a whipped beef tallow balm. We use grass-fed tallow and cold-pressed jojoba oil. Those are the only two ingredients. Literally, it's so clean. I created this because I always had a really hard time finding lotions that weren't filled with fragrance, chemicals, hormone-disrupting, nasty ingredients. And something really interesting about beef tallow is that it has a similar profile to like your skin's natural oils. So your skin can easily absorb it. It's high in a lot of different vitamins for your skin, and it's super hydrating and moisturizing, especially with winter coming up, dry skin season.
I'm so excited.
So I have this linked in my bio on Instagram, but we'll also link it down below if you guys want to shop. It's also a really great gift. So holidays
and
are
with
coming
Christmas coming.
Yes,
yeah, that's
exactly.
a perfect gift.
It's perfect. So
And skin and body, right?
yes.
Or sorry, face and body.
Yeah, you can use it on your face and body. I would patch test it on your face if you're super acne prone because it is a little bit thicker. But some people can use it on their face no problem. Like my mom loves it. And I get a lot of patches, like eczema patches on the back of my arms, and this helps so much. It's actually crazy. No other lotion has ever actually done that. So Sacred Skin Tallow.
Let's go. All right, we'll keep it right here to remind you guys this whole episode. Alrighty, let's get into it. Morgan, kick us off.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about sleep and its importance on 4 main areas. So first, hormones, then we're going to go into muscle building and recovery, and also mental health. But first, I just want to define circadian rhythm. I think it's really important when you're talking about sleep. So your circadian rhythm is your body's natural internal 24-hour clock, and it keeps your body operating on a healthy sleep-wake cycle. So basically it tells your body when to sleep and when to wake up. But it can also affect other bodily processes like digestion, hormone regulation and fluctuation, and also your body temperature. So your body sets the circadian rhythm naturally, but it can also be affected by other factors such as light. So when light enters your eyes, it tells your body to stop producing melatonin, which is your sleep hormone. We're going to be talking a lot about melatonin today. Also stress, food, temperature, movement, travel, and just poor sleep habits overall can affect the circadian rhythm.
So is that why they tell you to get off of your phone prior to going to sleep?
Yes, so we'll talk about that a little later, but your phone and any screen emits blue light, which stops melatonin from being produced.
So can it prevent you from falling asleep, or it just disrupts the quality of your sleep once you do fall asleep?
Both.
Oh, both.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so at the end, we'll talk about some tips, and I will go more into that for you guys, but yeah, that is a factor for sure. Okay, so first let's talk about hormones and sleep's effect on those hormones. You guys know I love to talk about hormones, so of course
I think we need a
had to get
shirt
into
that says the word queen?
Yeah.
I wish there was isn't it a hormone? Oh, no, never mind.
Hormone queen?
No, well, yeah, I mean, that could work too, but make it an alliteration, hormone.
Oh.
You're the hormone, what's
That should
the
be
age?
my new Instagram handle.
That's what I'm saying. We need to find,
I don't know. Let's
I don't
think
either.
about that. Let's workshop that.
We're going to workshop. If you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comments. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
please. No, you're fine. I love that. Okay, so yeah, kind of already touched on melatonin briefly, but cortisol is our stress hormone, which is also affected by sleep.
Yes.
So cortisol naturally rises in the morning, and that's normal. A lot of people think oh, I don't want any cortisol, but you do need a little bit of cortisol spike to help wake you up and keep you productive throughout the day. But sleep deprivation can result in elevated cortisol, which can increase stress and also impact your metabolism, which you'll talk about.
Yeah. I'll wait to talk about it, but another thing with cortisol too is cortisol can make you hold weight. Not weight. It can make you hold water weight and not flush as well. So especially when it comes down to the last 6 to 8 weeks of your like your bodybuilding prep or something like that, or like let's say you're in like a weight loss phase and it's like a really aggressive one or something, if you like you'll find yourself not sleeping as much because the lower body fat you have, like sometimes you can have a hard time sleeping, and so your cortisol rises. So when your cortisol rises, your body doesn't flush as well. So like sometimes I notice like toward the end of my prep, normally I would flush like 3 pounds overnight because like do not do this, but during prep I had to weigh myself like 3 times a day, times a day, and so that way we knew how much I was flushing, so we could track like what that looked like.
Wow.
And one time I didn't flush anything overnight, and so that's when we knew like, all right, the body is stressed, cortisol's probably high. What do we need to do? Okay, I need to get some extra sleep. I need to do this. I need to do that. So then I can start flushing again. Wow. So like it can help you hold it, like not help you. It can make you like hold on to water and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's so cool. So yeah, obviously sleep is going to impact cortisol and melatonin like we discussed, but it can also affect sex hormones. Sleep deprivation can actually result in lower estrogen and testosterone, which we have a future episode coming on this, but if those hormones are impacted, that's going to throw off your cycle and cause more PMS, and you don't want that, of course.
And before we got on camera, we kind of talked about this. Obviously, we won't go like fully into depth on what our conversation was, but you know, there's a lot of people out there, like especially people who work night shift or like nurses who are working 12-hour shifts, and like Morgan had already mentioned, like your body sets its rhythm of what it's supposed to be. Like we are naturally supposed to see light as humans. We're supposed to see light during the day and darkness at night. So like if you're someone that's pulling those 12-hour shifts, firefighters, 24-hour shifts, like you're totally throwing off that rhythm. And so like if you do feel like you have really low energy or like something like that, like it's also something to think about and check out, because you might be feeling like crap and it might not be your fault. It's just the fact that like your body has set this circadian rhythm. You are literally living against it day in and day out. And now you're like seeing the effects of it.
Yeah.
So it just goes 100%. To show like,
I mean, ancestrally, our ancestors would wake up with the sun and, you know, go to sleep when it was dark. And I'll talk more about what that like looks like when it comes to light. But yeah, it's definitely still ingrained in us now.
Yeah. I would love to not have an alarm clock and to just be able to do that. We should go back to those times.
I have an alarm clock that has a sunrise. So it just like wakes me up by the light.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I need an alarm that like is timed with like shades. You know, like
like your shades would open.
Yeah, so
I'm sure they make that.
My husband and I, we love the state of Utah, and so we were in Utah. I don't know, almost like a year ago. Right now, actually, was the last time we went, and they had that. So in the master bedroom, there's this huge window, and so in the morning you would like set it, and it would like go up, and you would like literally be waking up in front of these like beautiful mountains. It was like literally
that is my dream.
Oh my god,
that's so cool.
Amazing.
I
but
want that. Goals for my future house.
I know. Same. Write them down. But I'll be waking up to like snow, and not like mountains. But it's fine.
Okay, and then some other hormones that sleep can impact are leptin and ghrelin, which I know you've spoke about ghrelin on the podcast before. So these are hormones that regulate your appetite, and sleep deprivation can result to increased ghrelin production and decreased leptin production, which can make you feel hungrier and make you more likely to gain weight. I mean, you can speak to that.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily that the ghrelin hormone isn't going to particularly make you gain weight, right? It's the effects of what's happening with the ghrelin hormone. So if your ghrelin hormone is off, you can feel hungry all the time despite actually being full. So, and a lot of bodybuilders might know this, or people that do have like really challenging sleep issues and things like that. Because when your ghrelin gets thrown off, you could eat a plate of food. Like right now, for example, I started my reverse plan. I don't even feel like I ate. Now, if I didn't know mentally, like, hey, my ghrelin hormone's off, I know that my body is physically nourished, I just don't feel it because that hormone's off, I'm still hungry.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what happens. So it's not necessarily that ghrelin being low or high makes you gain weight. What makes you gain weight is you're constantly feeling hungry, so you think you need to keep eating, but actually you don't. Your body is nourished and it's fine. It just feels like it's not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's what. And then leptin, I don't know enough about leptin to necessarily speak super educated on this.
Yeah, I mean, clearly sleep is very important for hormone balance, not just sex hormones, but all the hormones in your body, which control a lot of different processes in your body. So get your sleep, but
please. I should take this advice.
Yeah, I'll give you some tips.
Please, I need it.
Okay, so next area that I want to talk about when it comes to sleep is muscle building and recovery. So I'll let you speak on that.
Yeah, so there's like a couple different ways you can come at this from. I think like the number one thing is like obviously flushing your body. Actually, it's not the number one, but it's something we already talked about was your body just being able to flush overnight. And it's really important to not hold on to water or toxins and things like that in your body. So by getting sleep and you're flushing your system properly, that's really what you need to do. The other thing too is to think about it as like, let's say you're at the gym and you just had a really hard set. You need rest in between those sets, right, to be able to do another set. Well, kind of sleep is the same way. If you're not giving your body that rest to actually get its reset, then your muscles are never recovering. They're never repairing. So if you, like when you guys go in the gym, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but anytime you're doing more intense activity and exercise, you're making these tiny little microfiber tears in your muscle. And you got to be able to repair those, just like an injury. You got to be able to repair it. Well, your body needs that rest and it needs the recovery time to repair those little things, those little muscles in your tears in your muscles. And if you're not getting the right sleep, you're not going to repair those all the way. Your body's going to constantly be in a state of recovery, and you're not going to be able to put on the muscle tissue that you're, maybe going after going on. The other thing too, and I actually just recently learned this from someone, so I would encourage everybody to research more about this. But when you sleep, your body releases, I believe it's your HGH hormone, and your HGH hormone, that is human growth hormone. We naturally produce that in our bodies. And so when you sleep and it releases, the longer that you sleep for, the more likely you're going to have more HGH production be released. And that can also help with muscle growth and things like that. But also, like, that's why babies sleep so much, because when they sleep, they have to grow. Like babies have to go from this big to human. So like if you're not sleeping, you can, be affecting those things too. But on the muscle recovery side, if you are not sleeping, you're not really taking advantage of that full HGH release potential on top of giving your body the energy it needs to burn the calories you need it to burn, exercise the way you need it to exercise, and recover your actual muscles the way that you need it to. Now, I feel very hypocritical speaking about this because I'm very bad at sleeping. I've always been very bad at sleeping. It's something that I'm really, really trying to improve on. I'm sure a lot of you guys might feel the same way. Like for me, people are like, well, just go to bed earlier. And I'm like, okay, but I literally clean the last dish at 1 a.m. and I gotta be up at 5:45 to get ready to go to work, to be at work. So it's like, what do you want me to do? I can't, like until I don't have school or something like that, then I can like sleep more. But it really sucks because I know the benefits of like how good sleep is for your body. I just haven't been able to like really take advantage of them. So I'm excited. I graduate in December. And so I can't wait to like actually be on like, I'm going to bed at 10:30. I'm getting my 8 hours. Like, I'm so excited to do that.
I love that for you. 2026 is going to be your year to sleep.
It is my year. Literally, it is my year of sleeping. I need like something. I don't know. So, yeah. But that's kind of, definitely do more research around that and stuff. But that's kind of like in terms of a couple things to hit on, like muscle building with, sleeping.
Makes sense. All right, so next area, which I'll just touch on briefly because I feel like it's pretty obvious. Sleep deprivation is going to affect mental health. Lack of sleep has been shown to cause anxiety, depression, mood swings, emotional regulation, things of that nature. Also, decision-making skills, problem-solving skills. I mean, I'm sure you felt it where you maybe don't get a good night of sleep and that affects your performance at work the next day. Like, everyone can probably relate to that. So obviously, sleep is what allows the brain to rest, repair, and process emotions. So not only is it when your muscles can repair, but it's also your brain. And it's also time for your brain to process everything that happened throughout the day, sort through memories, store long-term memories, maybe clear out some shorter-term memories, things of that nature. So it's really important when it comes to brain health as well.
Well, I think it's just like overall, like just like I said earlier, like if you're working out really hard and you do one set, you can't just jump right into the next one. Your body can't perform.
Right.
So the sleep is the same way. Like you put your body and your brain through so much, and like we don't feel like we do because it's a part of our normal schedule to get up, go to work, cook dinner, clean, take care of kids, dogs, like all those things. Like, so we don't realize how much we're putting our body through every day, but like you gotta give it that time to reset.
100%.
And if you don't give it that time to reset, then it's just gonna fight against you in every way that you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, our lives nowadays are so much more stressful than back in the day. Like we have so much more going on, so much more information coming at us with our phones and things like that. So yeah, you really need to give your body and brain the reset that it needs. So how do we do that?
Yeah, please tell me.
All right, so I have a lot of tips for you guys to help you get that good sleep. I believe 7 to 9 hours is recommended. It really depends on the person though. Like, experiment and find what is best for you.
Wait, hold on. I did see this study that was like, there's a rare 3% of the world that can sleep 4 hours and be productive.
God,
and I'm like,
that's
oh my
you.
God, I think I'm in the 4%.
You really are, wow.
But maybe not though. Maybe I've just been struggling my whole life. I don't even know.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it depends on you. So trial and error. But I know a lot of studies are coming out now that say women require a lot more sleep than men. So that's a new thing, which I'm happy that they're putting research into.
Yeah, please tell your boyfriends and husbands that.
Yeah, especially during your period and luteal phase, which we talked about last week. But yeah,
I love
it's
that.
super important. Okay, so tips. So the first tip I have is to keep a consistent routine. So go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. I know this can get challenging on the weekends, but it really is so important for setting that circadian rhythm. This way your body knows when to rise and fall with the melatonin and cortisol. It knows when to get tired. Consistency is like really key on that.
Wait, that's really funny because, so I was just at a work conference last week and I was in Vegas. So the time zone was 3 hours off. And boy, was I screwed up. And it's really weird because normally time change does not really affect me that much. Because like I'll get in, I'll stay up late so then I can just like make sure I sleep. But I like went to sleep the first night there at like 1 o'clock in the morning, but I had been up like our time, Eastern time, since like really early. That's like I've been up for like a really long time. So I thought I'd be able to go to bed. No. Wasn't able to go to bed. I woke up literally 2 hours later. I got 2.5 hours of sleep, and it did that the whole week. But it's just funny because you're saying like, because I am on, like, even though I don't get a ton of sleep, I am on a very like rigid schedule. And so then when I take that schedule and I put it at a different time zone, it was like, whoa. But again, it was really weird. Normally I'm good with that stuff, but I wasn't. And
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it was totally screwed up. Totally screwed up. My body was like,
there you go, guys. Go to bed at the same time every day.
real life examples, real life experience.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, next, we kind of already talked about this, but morning sunlight is so good for your circadian rhythm. So when you wake up in the morning, go outside, open your eyeballs, get some sun in there. If it's too cold, you can just like stand at your window or door, like opening up the blinds, like you said. Getting that morning sunlight is going to signal to your body like, okay, time to stop producing melatonin, start producing cortisol so we can wake up and get on with our day.
I wonder that's why, because like Connor goes to sleep when it's light out.
Yeah, that is so crazy. I don't know how he does that.
I know. But it's like, I wonder if like that's what like really is like the hard part, because like in terms of like the rhythm that you're talking about, because if your body is supposed to know to stop producing melatonin when it's light out and it sees the light, he's trying to produce melatonin when it is light.
Right. Yeah,
so
and
that's
he's working all night in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on his off days, he gets so screwed up because then he tries to stay awake, but his body like literally has no idea what to do because it's like,
I feel bad for him. All of you night workers, like,
we love you.
You're awesome. That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't even know what tips to give for that.
Honestly, quit his job. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Quit your job to sleep.
Please.
I wish it was that easy. Like,
I know,
seriously,
right?
they're grinding. All right, next tip. We, again, already touched on this a little bit, but avoiding screens before bed, at least like 1 to 2 hours if you can. I struggle with this one so hard because
I do too.
At the end of the day, like, I just want to watch my show and relax, but that blue light is getting into your eyes and it is disrupting your melatonin because, so essentially sun is blue light. I know it doesn't seem or feel like that, but it is. So it's signaling to your body to wake up. Something that you can do if you absolutely can't avoid the screens. I have this thing on my phone where if I triple click the lock button, it turns red.
Oh, that's cool.
So ancestrally, you know, our ancestors are waking up with the sunlight, blue light, but then think about it. At night, in the dark, what sources of light did they have? Candles and fire. Those are both very warm-toned, reddish orange.
Oh, that's interesting.
Spectrums of light.
Yeah.
So that reddish light is going to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. It's time for sleep. So doing like something like this, or you can get orange red tinted glasses. I see people wear to watch TV at night.
Really?
Also, I replaced my light bulbs and my bedside lamps with red light bulbs. So like after 8 p.m., there's no more overhead lights. We're going strictly red lights.
Strictly red lights.
Salt lamp in the bathroom is that same kind of like orangey tone.
Yeah.
So that is a good tip that can help.
Wow, actually, that's super interesting. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
It seems so like self-explanatory, but I just
know.
never thought about that. That's cool.
Yeah, and like I said, ancestrally, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So try it out if you absolutely can't avoid the screens, which I get.
Just same here, because I'm like reading the Bible, or I'm watching my favorite bikini athlete talk on YouTube, or
Yeah, I mean, we're so busy throughout the day with our obligations that it's like when you do have that free time, you do want to go on your phone or watch TV or watch a movie. So I totally understand. So that's why the red light can help.
I like that.
Okay, next is going to be to sleep in a cool and dark environment. So get your blackout curtains or get your eye mask, especially if you live in a place with a lot of street lamps. Like a lot of light comes into our bedroom from the street lamps. So I personally wear an eye mask. Again, the dark is going to signal to your body to produce melatonin, and the coolness, I think it's like 60 to 68 degrees, which I know sounds really cold. It's a lot easier in the winter.
No, that's what we keep our house at.
Really?
Yeah, it's 68.
Yeah, so the cool temperatures are going to help drop your core body temp, which is another natural cue that it's time to sleep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Good thing we keep our house pretty cold. And it's very dark in our room.
Oh, good.
Yeah, very dark. So that's good.
So you guys already got that one.
Yeah, well, like once I lay down, it's easy for me to fall asleep.
That's
Like our
good.
bedroom's perfect.
Yeah.
Super dark. It's always cold, good to go. It's just taking that step into the doorway. That's the part that I need to bump up in the time frame.
Gotcha. You'll get there.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
2026, right?
Yeah,
That's what we said.
exactly.
Yeah, I got a couple more months.
Okay, next one is going to be avoiding caffeine in the afternoon. This, again, is really going to be different for everyone. I know some people that can drink caffeine and go to bed fine. It's recommended 8 hours before bed, but like I said, trial and error, like do what works for you. I personally don't see it affecting me too much, but I know some people can be super sensitive to caffeine, so just see what works for you. And I wouldn't advise people to like drink an espresso right before bed, but you know, in Italy they do that, so it just kind of
They're a different breed over there, man. They got better food, they have better everything, I swear.
Yeah.
But for my girls that work out at night, a lot of people take pre-workout. And also most pre-workouts are like, they are caffeinated. It's like a shot of a lot of caffeine all at once. So one thing that I do is, I try not to use pre-workout all the time, but when I do, I might use like a non-stimulant one. So like that one will have the beta-alanine in it typically instead of the caffeine, or maybe I'll just have other things in it that can like avoid the caffeine part. Another thing that I'll do sometimes is I will do like a half of a scoop of pre-workout and I'll do extra water. Like I'll fill my whole shaker bottle up with water and only like a half a scoop of pre-workout. That way it's really diluted and I probably won't drink the whole thing. Like I might only drink half because I get really sick of the taste. So that's another thing that you can do if you do just want to do regular pre-workout as well. I've also done coffee, but coffee will keep me awake if I drink it past like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So yeah, either like the half a scoop of pre-workout with a lot of water, or maybe try switching to a non-stimulant pre-workout if it does affect you.
Yeah, and if it doesn't affect you, like, that's fine. If you're able to drink pre-workout in the evening, go work out, and then you can still fall asleep, stay asleep, like, that's totally fine. Everyone is so different.
Yeah. Connor drinks it at 9 o'clock, like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then he's sleeping by 10.
That is crazy.
But he drinks a lot of caffeine, though, so it's like...
I mean, night shift. I don't know how they do it. Okay, my next tip is something that works really well for my fiance and I is taking magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate specifically is really good for helping like calm you down, relieve stress and anxiety, get you ready for sleep. It also helps with muscle tension. So I find, especially with him, he has some back problems. So it helps him to like get calm and get relaxed and fall asleep faster and also stay asleep as well.
I just started taking magnesium. Like I took it mostly throughout prep, and then I stopped the last couple of weeks. I just started taking it again, and I do notice a difference when I take it, like 100%. I've been taking it every night now.
Great. And magnesium is a naturally occurring mineral in our bodies, so a lot of us are low in that because our soil is very depleted of magnesium. So we used to be able to get a lot of magnesium from like fruits and vegetables, but now that our soil is depleted of it, it's a lot harder to get. So
that's interesting.
I find supplementing with it is pretty helpful.
I know that.
And then my last tip I think I talked to you about this when we were trying to fix your sleep like a year or so ago, is creating like a relaxing, winding down routine to signal to your brain and body like, okay, it's time for sleep. So that can be all kinds of different things, whatever works for you, but like stretching, maybe some breath work, maybe reading a book that you enjoy, or like reading the Bible, or herbal tea is really great too for like that physical, like, okay, I'm drinking my chamomile tea, like now it's once
time
you
to
get in
chill.
that routine, like your body will know when you drink it, like it's time for sleep.
Yeah.
So creating a consistent routine at the same time every night.
Yeah, and I will say when I did have time to do that, like right now, like I said, like it's not even like I'm laying down and staying awake for a long period of time. It's like I'm doing, because of school and bodybuilding and work, it's just like I'm staying awake up until I got to go to bed. But when I did have time, and when I do have time, like on the weekends and stuff, I do have a routine that I do, and I love it because it does, like, one, it gets my mind right, it gets me off of my phone, and it does like help me be like, okay, now let's take some time for myself.
Yes.
Let's relax, chill. I'll do like a really slow-mo, like yoga, like stretch. I'll drink a tea. I'll sit on the couch.
Love.
Like, just kind of do that, and I'm like, all right, now it's time to go to bed. Sometimes I even think about doing it at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm like, Shay, you're better off just going to lay down and trying to go to bed instead of trying to do your 30-minute, 40-minute routine.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's tough because it is 1 a.m, but like it would probably help you lower your stress.
Before I went to bed,
Yeah.
yeah, probably. Maybe I'll try an abbreviated version.
Yeah, do like a shorter version, whatever you guys have time for.
I loved that, though, I'll tell you, and morning.
Yes.
We talked about doing a morning routine. That I do all of that. I do every day.
Yeah, we should do an episode on like how to build the best morning routine.
We should, and like what things that we do that we like enjoy doing. Yeah,
definitely.
Let us know if you guys want to see that.
Yeah, that can come in the future. Because, yeah, I feel like giving yourself that time, whether it's at night, in the morning, or both, but it just helps you to feel better. And, like, I feel like it makes my mental health better because I am taking that time for myself before I'm just, like, giving it away to other people.
I think it's just, like, just waking up, go straight to work.
Yeah.
It's, like, versus, like, waking up, giving yourself time to wake up, like,
doing things you enjoy.
always feel a little bit better when I have a chance to do
Me
that.
too,
Yeah.
for
Even when I
sure.
do like my cardio in the morning, I used to hate doing cardio in the morning. Now I do it almost every morning instead because I love getting up, doing something instead of getting up and being like,
yeah,
what email did I just get? You know,
Exactly.
like it gives me that little separation. And I find that it does really help me set me up for the day because it like breaks those habits that I would want to do right in the morning right away.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was all the tips that I have for getting good sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you can take some of these tips and implement them into your life and sleep a little bit more.
Yes, and if you have anything that you do for sleep, leave it in the comments. Send us a DM on Instagram. Let us know. Maybe we'll do a follow-up episode on sleep.
Yeah.
We should do one on nightmares.
Okay.
That would be random, but I have night terrors as like a 26-year-old woman.
No.
Yeah, it's a whole
We
thing.
need to talk about this offline.
Offline, cut the thing. Yeah, I literally will get night terrors. It's so awful. So I don't know that would be a full episode, but the sleep is just so interesting to me, and so
I
is
know.
dreaming. Oh wait, hold on. If anyone knows a lot about dreams, and you would like to be a guest on the podcast, I would love for you to come on and talk about
Me
dreams,
too.
what they mean.
I would love that.
I would love that. So please let us know.
That would be so interesting.
It would. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to visit Sacred Beef Tallow, subscribe,
Rate us
everything.
5 stars. Share this episode with a friend.
and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.